Hey everyone, and welcome to... Oh, I almost did the normal introduction for my anime podcast, but no, we're going to do it. Okay, welcome to another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast, the standard podcast, the normal edition. John is on vacation, on assignment, is what I was going to say. He's out there doing something, and we'll know in time. So I'm Rose, and I'm hosting this week. And with me is Spencer.
Hey, what's going on?
A lot.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. And Chris.
Hey, it's good to be here with y'all.
Hell yeah. So yeah. Has anything happened this week in video games? I'm trying to think. I said, like, yeah, there's a lot. We'll get into it. But I'm realizing I don't know if there's
there's been a little bit. Most of it, like, hey, some good things happen labor-related. Some bad things happen labor-related.
Yeah.
Like Kotaku firing their entire video staff. And that sucks. But
it sure does.
I mean, news has been pretty light. Even the big news stuff, like the fighting game stuff, was kind of
Right, yeah. We covered that a little last week, I think. The fighting game round table. It didn't seem like much of a round table in the discussion sense, I guess. It seems more like it was just PR.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely PR and Harada being fucking funny for 2 hours and messing with people. But yeah, it was...
I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Like, you know, this week was the Street Fighter thing, and that was, hey, Street Fighter V is interesting now.
Well, that's good.
Bring in the best rival schools character, and okay.
Oh, shit, right, I saw that, yeah.
But, like, I mean, that was the announcement news for the week. Like, there's really...
Yeah, well... Actually, now I'm remembering there's the most important news of all out of the state of play, that Spelunky 2 is coming out in a month.
Oh, yeah.
And I am a big Spelunky fan. I am a big one. I did all the achievements. I think I said this last week, honestly, but I fucking love Spelunky, so I'm so excited to see that. I can't believe they just dropped that game's coming out in a month.
I thought it was coming next year.
Yeah, like the way they kept talking about it, even in the trailer when they were like announcing that it's coming out in a month, they sounded like they were like, "We're so glad you're being so patient and waiting." And I was like, "Oh, here we go. We're gonna say like fall 2021 or something." But no, next month. PS4 first though, which is a bit weird. And that state of play in general, the rest of it was kind of weird. Like, there was that game that was stolen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the game that they showed off, and then it came out that every single member of the team that worked on it quit because they were so horribly abused. Like... Yeah,
Aeon Must Die, I believe is the game.
Yeah, that was fucked up to see. Just like...
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a, hey, we're... fighting for better right. It's like, no, we just all up and quit because this place was abusive as fuck. So, fuck that game. It can look cool, but I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's kind of shocking to me that Sony just, like, didn't do any research into it at all and just, like, dropped that shit out there. 'Cause...
I mean, they may have, but... Like, just like, oh, nobody's going to find out about this or something, because it's... I don't know. What a
it's
bad look.
It's real bad. Other things from that state of play was like, they had that Crash Bandicoot, looked fine. I don't like Crash Bandicoot, but it looked pretty good for people who like Crash Bandicoot. There was... what else was there? The first ever game to have slashing and looting.
Oh, yeah, the new Sluter.
Yeah, the new Sluter. No, you mean the original Sluter. It was the first one. And you invented it. Yeah.
Because no game has ever had swords and loot.
None.
Wait, isn't this just like behind the back third person Diablo? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh wait, in
is.
Diablo you can use archer weapons, so
Yeah, that's true. It's actually just Warframe because you put on Valor plates. Was that it? Was that what they're called? Did you see that?
I didn't, but that sounds about right.
yeah, they gave us like 15 minutes of gameplay of that game, and it looks like a Gearbox game.
So Gearbox is only handling the publishing, but it is you are correct because Gearbox would of course pick a game that looks like a Gearbox game to put out there.
God.
This whole thing is that whole presentation was maybe one of the worst I've seen in recent memory. Gave me big flashbacks to the bad Ubisoft ones every year where they had fake voice chat and stuff like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly miss the fake voice chat because those were
I'd prefer
always
that.
super entertaining. Like I'm gonna be honest, I love the fake voice chat, and like especially when Ubisoft was like, we're gonna make Shoot Mania thing. Here's a stage presentation with our favorite shoutcasters, and you can tell they have no idea what the fuck is going on. It's amazing.
I'm with you. I really like the fake voice acting for like comms and stuff. It's just kind of cheesy and funny and a little bit endearing, just a little bit, not a whole lot.
Just a little bit, yeah.
You know,
It's like sometimes it goes too far, and it's like, comms in game are never going to be anything like that. I have gotten in on random pug groups for fucking progging something. Nobody is ever like, let's like actually coordinate well. It's always like, fuck you, you didn't get into position, you stupid gah. I just kind of like it. It gives us a look at a possible world where people get along in online video games.
I like it because they usually inject a little bit of role-playing into it too.
They do.
Yeah, just that's the thing that
gets
like,
me.
And that's
like
the part that makes it entertaining, because like people get in character and like role play as whoever they're playing as. Like I remember in like the Division 2 when they were showing that off.
That was what I was thinking of, yeah.
They were doing that. And that's the part that I like, and that's the part that it's like, that's the part I actually would want to have in a video game. But like you said, like most people don't do that. They just focus directly on whatever obstacles in front of them. They're not going to say like, oh no, watch out, he's got the big sword now. They'll just say, all right, we're going into phase 2. Let's everybody like round up and do this shit.
All right, so that group, all the people marked 1, go to spot C. All the people with the, who got the 2 designation, go to spot F. All right, let's do this.
No, you have to go. Stay frosty. They've got incendiaries. Look out, left. Like, how do you know I'm going left?
Flank.
I got your back. And you swarms in and blows everything up in one hit. Got your back. Whoa. Thanks, friend. Friends to the end. It's like a Fast and Furious movie. Oh, man. If every game was like a Fast... If I could have a voice chat experience with random people online that felt like a Fast and Furious movie, I would feel so good.
I mean, the Fast and Furious game just came out, so I mean,
what was that thing that I found on the wiki when we were in a meeting that was describing it in the most warped way possible? Like it was like God Eater meets something.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm looking it up now because it was too good. It was really too good. The Wikipedia just described it as God Eater meets something, which, just alone for like a Fast and Furious game is really unhinged. A combination between Ridge Racer and God Eater.
Boy, I really can't wait to get an update from Niall on that one.
Yeah, we have Niall on report on the scene over there, investigating that at the crossroads.
Yeah, he's got that, and starting after this podcast, I've got the frickin' Avengers beta to find out how bad that is.
I'm really sorry.
Just everything I hear about that game makes it sound like so boring, which is why I called it. It's like, okay, I spent my whole life making comic books and loving comic books, so I mean, I guess I have to take this one. I mean, LV could, but I'm going to fall on this sword of playing this really boring looking video game. And God, watching some gameplay streams earlier today when they launched it a little early, I was just like, oh God, what have I gotten myself into?
The loot loop.
I'm both eager and like trepidatious on this thing, because like the eagerness comes from I'm the kind of person that likes, mediocre video games a lot of the time. So like a lot of games people are like, oh, that game was boring, I didn't have fun. Like, I mean, I can't talk about enough about how much I fucking love Dynasty Warriors, but God, it's like, this doesn't look like this looks like I'm trying to think of, I'm getting Anthem vibes.
Yeah, I think that's it is going to be a games as a service, so
like just games as a service with Avengers, and then you had the shit show this weekend that was them like, or last week that was them like, hey, Spider-Man's coming to PS4, and then frickin' I forget, one website was just like, well, you don't have to have a PS4 to be able to play as Hawkeye, and I'm just like, anyone's gonna give a shit? What?
it's reminding me of that Onion article that was like, or was it the Hard Times? Either way, one of those sites that just said like, Netflix has announced they're delaying the Hawkeye series because they're like, really, who gives a shit?
That sounds like that sounds more like Hard Drive.
Probably
than the Onion these days. But it's, I just look at it and everything I see about this game, I am just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep saying Kamala Khan. There's a reason I care. There's a reason I care, and it's fucking Miss Marvel, and everything else they've shown has been like, whatever, except the main villain being MODOK, which has me going, okay, there's two things I love, Miss Marvel and fucking MODOK. So
I do like me a MODOK, I have to say.
I mean, how can you not? It's just like a mental organism designed only for cuddling. I love that big head in his chair.
It's a twisted little fella.
I'm just looking at it going, oh, what did I get myself into? But at the same time, it's like, no, I mean, I'm going to play it and I'm going to try to care and I'm going to let people know how little or much I end up caring. And I'm going to hope that it's one of those mediocre games that I end up enjoying or finding some joy from. But the way the matchmaking seems to work has me going, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope I have enough friends that also get the game, which I highly doubt.
Yeah, all those people out there who are real mad hype about this game.
Like, yeah, mad, wicked hype. But, like, even frickin' comic book people are just like, okay, whatever, let's see. It's gonna be, I don't know. Hopefully it's good, but I have my doubts. I'll probably talk about whatever the beta is next week, but for now, it's like, well, hopefully I have fun.
I hope you can have some sort of fun at the very least. But I will be looking forward to hearing what it's like. Spencer, were you going to say something beforehand?
Oh, I was just going to make a joke about how Niall's going to come back from Fast and Furious game and is going to have like a miniature car tire where the third eye would be.
This gets real into Hot Wheels.
That Avengers game does not look like it's going to be fantastic, but I hope it's at least something.
Yeah. It would be nice if it at least accomplished something, right? Like something meaningful. Yeah, that's the hope. We don't have to believe. We can just hope.
I'm falling on this sword for y'all, so you don't have to.
Yeah, I think I almost took it, and then I was like, no, I can't.
Like, that is what happened, where everyone was like so like in that meeting, and like 3 people were like, I guess, and I'm like, you know what, fucking I'll do it. I'm doing it. I need to know. I need to know, because no one wants to play this, and I have enough of an interest that, okay, I mean, it'll tide me over until Assassin's Creed comes out, and then the Ubisoft briefing happened, and I'm like, fuck, why did I call Assassin's Creed?
I mean, video games suck.
Yeah,
That's just how it is.
They sometimes do, and sometimes they're wonderful.
Exactly, they are sometimes wonderful. So Spencer, how are you feeling about Axiom Verge on your replay of it to get ready for Axiom Verge 2?
So, I played Axiom Verge like 2 years ago, and it was one of my personal games of the year for 2018, even though it is a 2015 release. I didn't play it until 3 years after that. And I liked it. It's just a very simple, fun, Metroid-inspired game that's got some like glitch elements. That's always very fun. And going back to it, because Axiom Verge 2 is coming out probably later this year, if not early next year. It's very weird looking at like the release of the Axiom Verge 2 stuff compared to 1, because 2 looks way more polished, whereas 1 is very much like, this is absolutely one person, Thomas Happ, who has like spent years designing this game, because when you are the single person who has to design the enemies and design the levels and make the music and do like all of the programming for the weapons, and then you look at Axiom Verge 2 and you're like, holy shit, it just looks so much better. Like, it's like there's a very clear desire to have the same kind of gameplay style, but expanding upon the art style in a very interesting way. Like in Axiom Verge 1, you early on, you get like this was the part in the game where I really was like, oh, this game is kind of neat, because one of the first upgrades you get is just like a upgrade for your cannon that glitches stuff. And what you glitch is like, you can glitch parts of the level, you can glitch enemies, and that's normally how you do some early navigation. Plus, like, glitching the enemies is just kind of fun because some of them all do different things. Like, you can glitch this like weird colony, like bee colony thing, and then instead of spitting out bee enemies that attack you, it spits out health pickups that you can just regenerate infinitely. Another one is there's a secret door in one of the areas, and you have to glitch an enemy, and then it spells out the password that you need to open that door. So there's a lot of like little creative moments like that. But the part that I really liked is how there's no double jump in the game at all. How you actually do the navigation, because like usually in Metroid games there's like, oh, here's your jump, and then you get the double jump or the high jump, or here's your grappling hook, and here's all of your other shit that you get in like a platformer. But in Axiom Verge, you're like, here's this lab coat that lets you biomechanically clip through parts of the level. And when you do it, you have to hold like the direction you're going to clip in. And then you see your character, like, sprites glitch all over the screen as you hear this weird, like, staticky, fleshy noise. And then, boom, you're on the other side of the wall. And it's really, like, kind of disturbing, but it's really fun. Because now, like, you're just constantly looking over the entire, like, all of the levels you'd gone through previously, going, okay, where are all these, like, 1 block wide gaps where I can glitch through the wall and explore? I still think it's a really like fun game, although it's I will say that the first time I played it, I got lost early on, because it's a Metroidvania game. There's like, you have to like collect pickups to go back and find new areas. But this time around, since I had a better idea of where I was going, I was able to beat it much quicker. But the worst thing about the game overall is that like you get a lot of different guns, but the guns themselves aren't too different from one another. They're just kind of they're more like a visual flare. Although if you go and pick up the flamethrower, that's like the best weapon in the game because fucking fire.
Yeah, I remember having a lot of fun playing with it, and I definitely... So, you saying all that stuff reminded me of how creative they got with the glitch stuff. Because I... See, in my memory, I remember them doing cool stuff, but if you ask me to, like, say what that shit was, I would just be like, come up with the most boring explanation of it. Or, like I only remember the most basic things that I was doing all the time, right? Like the going between walls and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I really liked playing that game. My personal opinion was I really did not like the narrative. Mostly because it felt very self-insert-y.
I can see that.
And the way all of the robot faces women are like, oh, they're evil. And, like, they're out to trick you and stuff like that was like... With it being a self-insert guy, I was like, ugh.
I can definitely see that.
It's not the worst or anything, don't get me wrong. I've seen way, way worse, but...
No. The robot women, the giant robot women, are really cool because they're just very clearly H.R. Geiger inspired. But going through this playthrough again... I paid a bit more attention to like all the little dialogue, like the log entries you can pick up. And I think the early part of the narrative is like pretty good. And then once you get to the last part, it's just kind of peters out a bit. Because I really find that I believe it's Elsinova is how you pronounce her name. She's the one who like starts communicating you once you start playing the game. The way that her speech is very like English is like her fifth language. And she's not great at communicating in English. It's very endearing. 'Cause I mean, we've had a bunch of like AI computer companions in video games and in media in general, and it's nice to have one that's just like, oh, there's a language barrier between them and the human that they have to contact with. But going through this second playthrough, do you remember the long hallway that has like the weird floating head lady in it?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
So I didn't know that she was supposed to be one of the big giant robot ladies.
Oh, really?
Like, I figured that she was because her design is, similar to theirs, but I didn't realize that she had a name and that she had a relationship with the one big robot lady who, like, creates dreams for people to live inside. And eventually, at some point, she gets, like, sick or, like, mentally ill. And the dream lady is like, hey, can you, like... give her some space to like roam around so she can, be happy, or if you must like kill her, let me do it so I can do it properly. And so that's why she's just in that big hallway, is because she was put there so that it was basically like her own little room that she could explore. But I didn't know about that because when I first played the game, I was just like, oh, I'm going to pick the logs for the 100% completion and then not really read them.
Oh, you were twisted.
I mean, like, I did read them, but I didn't, like, comprehend them, because I was just like, okay, this is some text. So...
You skimmed them.
Yeah, basically. Axiom Verge 2 seems like it probably won't fall into that same kind of pitfall with the writing, since I believe the protagonist is a woman. But that can open up some other problems.
When you say that makes me more worried than ever before.
That can open up some other problems. The big problem that I'm foreseeing is that Axiom Verge 2 is in the same universe as Axiom Verge 1, but I don't think it has any of the... Like, it's a different protagonist and it's a different setting entirely. So we might see references to Axiom Verge 1, but we might not see just like, oh, here's the protagonist of Axiom Verge 1 who's just here now.
Now I'm
or,
just dreading like the new narrative being like your main character talking about her boyfriend the whole time and now she just wants to get back to him, and it's the main character self-insert from 1, so they just went from the self-insert to I have a girlfriend in Canada.
God. That might be the case. I'll let you know later this year.
I'm actually excited to find out because, like, I don't know, Axiom Verge was one of those games where I liked it, but a sequel isn't something I'm like jumping at the bit for. But if it's, hey, if it's good, I'll play it.
Yeah. I wasn't really expecting an Axiom Verge 2 either, but it's coming.
It's coming. See, I'm at least, you know, if it's good, that would be great alongside guaranteed good Silk Song, and then
yes.
If it's bad, Silk Song will make up for it.
Yes, it will.
So either way, you win. It's fine.
Yeah.
So let me think about what I've been doing. So the main thing, so I've gotten back into Doom Eternal. First of all, I don't have much to say about that, so I'll start by saying that. You played that, right, Skull?
I got up to one of the... God, I can't even remember where I left. I played
Marauders?
I got up to after the first Marauder encounter, and then I guess the level after that, there's like a... I don't know what it's actually called. I'm just going to call it the Doom Door, where you get teleported to an arena and have to fight things.
Oh, Slayer Gate.
Yeah, a Doom Door, like I said.
Yeah. I like that better.
And the first Doom Door that has like a Marauder in it with those weird little floaty like robe mans, the little robots that you have to take out with like a specific weapon or whatever because they're immune to some other kind. I don't really remember. It's been months, but that's as far as I got.
Mm-hmm.
How far are you?
So I only just beat the first, what I think it's the first boss encounter against the Doom Hunters.
Yeah.
That was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I've been really enjoying getting back into it just from a platformy perspective because I love first-person platformers.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there were more of them, and I really like the dashing and everything in this. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
The combat also just feels very it's very character actiony. So
yeah,
I've been having fun.
When I was playing it, I was like, I think Rose might like this. What difficulty are you playing on? Because I'm playing on the one below like Nightmare, I think.
I'm on Ultraviolence. I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I usually just play my first thing of every Doom game on.
My roommate's like a sicko and played had heard about like the older Doom games through osmosis and was like, well, clearly I have to play Doom 2016 on the hardest difficulty possible because that's the intended way to play the game. And granted, he knew what he was getting into and he enjoyed it, but going into Doom Eternal with the same mindset was rough.
It's a lot harder, at least in my experience. Like when I was recording with John our Doom 64 LP, the only time I ever died in Doom 64 on Ultraviolence was when I rocketed myself. That was it. Like I didn't like really die to any enemies or anything because it wasn't particularly hard. But Doom Eternal, I die a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just getting used to it. Like, I definitely die less over time and stuff, but... yeah, I've been having fun getting back into it. Really tough to get back into it, though. Let me tell you. I don't know what bright idea I had to buy it right before I had to review The Last of Us and get 3 levels in and stop for a month and a half. I don't know what I was doing.
Well, I feel like Doom Eternal, especially since I didn't play Doom 2016 and just jumped right into Doom Eternal, like getting acclimated to that, and I'm playing on a controller, which I normally play first-person games, like at least ones that are fairly demanding with reflexes. I normally play them like with keyboard and mouse, but if it's something like Skyrim or Fallout 4, I tend to like playing on a controller more, but those games are less action intensive in their combat. But with Doom Eternal, I felt like, oh, this is a baptism by fire in a game that is just entirely a baptism by fire, so I'm just going to have to get used to that.
Yeah, I'm on PlayStation, so I can't mouse and keyboard it.
But I was playing it on our Xbox One.
Oh yeah, okay. So I can't do mouse and keyboard. I've said this before, but I don't know if it's just my diseases that make the posture just like really uncomfortable, or if I just never got the, like, growing up, I didn't play really much PC games, and if I did, it was on a controller.
Yeah,
I might just not have any mind for it. Like when I played WoW, it was bad. I'm the type of player who like clicked all of the hotbars because I could not wrap my mind around using the keyboard.
I'm an MMO clicker as well, so...
Really?
Okay.
Yep.
Because I have one of my oldest friends from Final Fantasy XIV is a healer main, and he clicks all of his abilities. He can't fathom, like even in WoW, he clicks all of his abilities because he can't do keybinds.
Like I couldn't wrap my mind around when I started playing Final Fantasy before I got started hooking up my Xbox 360 controller. When I was playing it on PC back in the day. To not wrap my mind around the idea of how people were fitting all these hotbar stuff on. Like, I was like, well, I'm just playing as Black Mage, so I only have like 4 moves in 2.0. I was like, so I can get away with it. What do you people do? How are you doing this? Like, what? Like, how are you healing people doing this? And then like, my girl was like, oh, just do Control Shift 1 or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I can't do that.
It's funny for me with the Final Fantasy stuff because I have, like, depending on what class I'm using, I like different control methods. So for, like, Red Mage, I always use a controller, and same for healing now that I've started doing it. For my warrior tank classes, I am 100% click. But for like monk, I am like, I can only do it on a keyboard, which is so weird to me. That's just like, I got comfortable with monk on a keyboard. So it's like, okay, that's my main job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy peasy. Going through a dungeon, it's 7, 8, 9 with my AoEs. Every once in a while, I hit 0 for a big one. Okay, I'm good. But for, like, healing, I can only do with a controller because I find it so much easier to just select my allies than I do with mouse and keyboard. It's strange. I don't know.
People have different hands, so...
Yeah, and my hands can't do anything. They can do the combos in Bayonetta, that's it.
I mean, hell, like, I can't do combos in Bayonetta.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
I bet you could. It just takes practice, like you saying.
If I could do it with a fight stick, I'd probably be okay, but that's not really a control
fight
option.
Sticks, I can't use those either. I can't. I think that's like part of the reason I can't wrap my mind around fighting games, other than the competitive aspect, is it's just like I can't do it. I can't the rotation. I can't handle it.
Oh, like the movement inputs with like the stick?
Like when it's like, do the quarter circle, quarter back, and I'm like, no.
See, my thing is, like, weirdly, even, like, I have, like, a friend who's big into fighting games, and I can do, like Dragon Punch movements and all that weird shit, like, easily, but I'm just bad at, like, actually reading fighting games most of the time. Like, I can't, like, do setups or, like, mix-ups and stuff. I'm good at doing the inputs, but I'm not good at actually playing the game.
They are so much more about individual, like, practice, like spending time in practice mode than playing with other people if you want to get really good at them. Like, that it's what makes it harder for a lot of people to get into it, because you're not always with someone else. When you're playing League or Dota or whatever, you're kind of always with other people, and you have to get better with other people. But with fighting games, it's so much more individual, your improvement, that it's one of those things that makes it a lot harder for people to get into. But it's also why the people who are into it are so passionate.
Because they climbed that mountain.
We climbed it, and we're going to succeed. And I haven't even climbed that. I still absolutely suck at fighting games, but I love feeling like I'm getting a little better every time I decide to spend 4 hours in practice mode with a character and then go online and get destroyed. Feels good.
I just can't do fighting games because of the competitive part. Like, I have fun doing the story modes and like fooling around with the characters, but there's something inside me that's just a weak little forest creature that's like the idea of beating someone in a fighting game specifically. I think it's the intimacy of that one-on-one thing I just cannot do.
Yeah.
I can't do it. It just hurts me in my soul.
That's totally understandable.
Mildly hurting me in my soul. We'll do the gotcha minute here. It won't be longer than a minute, though. So I've been doing the Fate Summer event this year. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I just want to talk about how it's really good because they've somehow managed to make an event that has just scenes, like basically like a chapter of a book for like all like 100 fucking characters that are in that game or whatever. Like, just the way that they're able to create all of this like really fun and enjoyable or like heartwarming dialogue for like literally dozens and dozens of characters is mind-blowing to me. The whole premise of it is just, it's like a time loop. You're stuck in the week before you have to publish a doujin at Comic-Con.
What?
And you have to keep reliving that last week of crunch over and over again to publish the best possible book. Yeah. It's just, it's in Hawaii. It's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's all about the Jalter character. So, you know, Scotcha games.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Skull, I really wanted to check. I'm sorry, I keep alternating between Spencer and Skull. It's like habit. To me, you're always Skull in my heart. Like, it's just...
I mean, at this point, they're interchangeable.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, either way, I've wanting to check in on how you're doing with Arc Knights for a while now, ever since you started playing it and not just posting about it and making things related to it without playing it, which I really liked, I have to say.
I mentioned this like, I think like a month ago or so, how I really like how it has helped me overcome some personal scheduling issues where like I just don't want to get out of bed, especially in pandemic times. But like I'll have my phone nearby and it's like, all right, I will have Arc Knights up, I will do some maintenance, and then like while that's going, I will get up and get ready, like make some coffee, wash my face, that kind of stuff. Because of its automation that it has. And even in the days where it's like, I don't really want to play Arknights, it's just kind of enjoyable to just do the really simple like daily missions and upgrade a character, check in with the base, and then, you know, do that for a couple weeks. And I have $1 million in my like Arknights like fake money account. Oh, that's cool. So it's just a really nice game. There's like an event going on right now, which I think is better than any of the other events that have been up while I've been playing, because all the other events, I've only been able to do like 2 or 3 missions worth before I get level gated, and I just don't have the strength to actually finish the mission. Whereas with this one, it's more like you can play any mission and you get resources that count towards getting rewards. And so it's a bit more beginner friendly, I guess.
I feel like it's just a lot, even besides that, like the way that you're able to clear everything without even putting that much insane effort into like lower rarity characters is definitely preferential. Like, I mean, there's tons of videos out there, and like I do it a lot of the times too, where it's like people try to clear it with just the characters they give you for free at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just do that. Like it's really cool. I really like the amount of like leeway they have as opposed to Fate.
I think it was like, go ahead.
No, where it's just like Fate's just like, your character
if you don't have your 5-star SSR, you're fucked.
It's not that bad, but it's not great. It's like you don't have a level 90 billion character with all the stuff up there and a support to help you. Well, sorry.
No. This is actually making me want to install Arknights, because like that is one of the reasons I fall off of a lot of gacha games, because it's just like, I don't have a level 9,000 character, I guess I can't do this content. Or you hit that really what feels like definitely this is supposed to be a paywall, where if you don't pay money, you're going to be grinding for 3 weeks moment.
Yeah, no, I totally get that, because like most of the gacha games I play, like I'm playing Tales of Historia right now. I played the Madoka game on and off just to do the story pretty much. And it's all that type of thing where it's just like, this really sucks. I didn't get lucky in the gacha, or I didn't do X thing, and I just have to like grind my way to being able to see the stuff I want to in the game. Whereas like Arknights is just, it feels like a real video game most of the time, honestly, I think is what it has going for it. Like, yeah, just it feels like a real strategy game, because you actually have to play the levels. Like, you can auto them once you finish them, but finishing them isn't like brainless like it is in most of the other gacha games. You have to like really strategize and think.
I have a friend who, when they were getting into it, they were trying to be as strategic as possible, because they were basically not going to be rolling at all. And so since you get a free 5-star with a Mia early on, they were like, okay, I need to pump out like as much. Like, they were building entire strategies around their best unit, which was a Mia. And I think Arknights excels in that, because there's a bunch of different types of units that you can use with different strengths, and you can build entire strategies around what teams you want to use and what characters you want to like invest in. Like, I don't use hardly any casters, because fuck magic. I just use Meteor, who's a cool archer lady who her arrows shred armor, which is normally the thing you have casters for, is high armor enemies. And so my strategy is just deploy her, and then I don't have to worry about heavily armored enemies. She's still like not the best at it, but that's what investing in levels is for. Like, I can just boost up her stats just a little bit, so it's just a bit more flexible.
Like, even just like within the same class, how different they can be. Like Firewatch compared to like Exia.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
Have you ever like been interested in like? Have you ever like played a tower defense game?
Me? No.
Yeah. Like,
well,
me neither.
Sanctum. I played Sanctum. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's a weird one. I got into that with my friends like back when it was new, and that
because it was like really
weird.
cheap, and you could just
I mean, the only other one that I had played was like PopCap's Plants vs. Zombies, like the original one before it became a franchise. But I think that one also benefited from there's a bunch of different plants and you can come up with your own strategies. Whereas like, I think that's probably a big element of what makes a good tower defense, but I've never been like really good at the genre or even really interested in it. So it's just really weird that Arknights is like, we're going to be a tower defense gotcha game and we're actually going to have compelling gameplay.
God, you're just selling me on a frickin'... you're selling me on a gotcha game. Stop doing that.
It's like I said, though, some days I don't feel like playing it, and then sometimes it feels like, oh, I have to do my dailies if I want to get, like, you know, all the stuff, but I don't really have to get all the stuff. It's more like, I've got time, I will do this while I go and do some chore or task I have to do.
Especially since you can auto most of it.
Yes.
And honestly, it's just really fun to look at the character design.
Oh, yeah, the very... health goth military aesthetics.
It's like, let's give everyone really nice jackets.
Yeah, you know, and I'm really into that philosophy. I think every game that does that is a genius.
It's gacha with style.
Yeah. It makes most of the women look really good as opposed to usual.
That's what I was going to say too, is like there are definitely some characters that are like lean into the horniness.
Yeah,
but
Schwartz.
It's usually more in terms of their personality rather than their actual like attire.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I think like Schwartz is like the only one I can think to stand out that's like, wow, that's the horny design to me.
But then like her actual character is like not really
she's not
horny. She just wants to protect her girlfriend.
Yeah, but then, like... yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what the horny woman was, and I was just like, Gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly good things to say about Arknights. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. How far have you gotten? Have you gotten all the way in the story, or...?
I'm still in episode 4.
Okay, okay.
Basically, I've hit, like, a couple... points, like it's really like in episode 2 and then in episode 3 and episode 4 I hit like a point where it's like, oh, this is a tough mission, I didn't beat it my first try, I'm gonna have to like regroup and rethink how I'm doing. I'll just like AFK and just do the daily grinding for like a month and a half and then get back into it, which I think is fine because it means I'm not hitting the end game as soon as possible, and I'm not just like, oh well, I've reached the end of the game, now I just have to... Like, it still feels like, oh, I'm working towards a goal here, and it's giving them enough time to, you know, go through events and add new content, which I can't really do with, like, Final Fantasy 14, because I've already hit that point, so when I'm done with the patch, like, I am done with the patch, basically.
Yeah,
you're just going to create 5 more alts to go through it with.
See, my thing with Final Fantasy 14, this is our Final Fantasy 14 mandated 60 seconds we get, by the way. We've made an agreement. Is, like you said, it's just like I hit the point where it was like, I think like I burned through most of the shit that I would do in like 2.0 when I got everything to 50. And like, it's after that, it's basically like, all right, first 4 months expansion's out, I got shit to do. And then it's like, after that, nope. Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I've already talked about it so much, and there's nothing really new to say, because it's just like running a bakery, whatever, doing content with friends. But I do want to say it was really cool to, you know, have the remodel of my bakery open yesterday and have a friend of the site, Angie, stop by and visit. And that was actually really cool. Just hey, here's some of our readers hanging out in my cool bakery. So that was a cool little highlight. I get to show my stuff off to people instead of just talking about it on the podcast.
It's fun stuff. It's on the Fairy server, right?
Yes. It's on Ferry, so if you're on the Aether Data Center, you can stop by and visit Ward 17 in the subdivision of the Goblet, Building 59.
The only thing I'll say during the 60-second mandate is by the time this podcast comes out, it is the week of my birthday, and I am so glad that Square Enix was like, Spencer, we're going to give you the big 5.3 patch on your birthday. Well, not actually on, it's like 2 days before, but...
Still, you'll be able to revel in it. You'll have the good vibes going in.
Yeah.
You get the 5.3 and I get Boja.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, I hope you get Boja. Who knows when that's coming out, is my worry. Because I saw that they had that schedule put up and they were just like, I was like, you're still following the same schedule. They need to put the Relic out ASAP. This is my final thing I'm putting on our 14-minute and 45 seconds, whatever. They need to put the Boja thing out like ASAP. They better not like drag their feet for a month or something, because
I agree.
Yeah.
That once that's out, people will stay in there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. That's the ended on the worst patch of this quarantine stuff, let me tell you. All right. Chris, do you want to talk about anything specific?
Yeah. I like, first of all, games I've been playing. I've really this last week those last couple of weeks been trying to jump away from just playing Final Fantasy all the time, which I've been partially successful, but one thing I've been diving back into is the DLC for Neo 2 came out. Neo 2 might be my game of the year, and the DLC is fantastic. Gives me more boss fights, more really good challenge, new weapon, and it's been fun to jump back in and die. Did I mention you die a lot? Because, boy, I die a lot, but God, I have fun with that game.
I still haven't gotten to the DLC. I have the season pass. It's downloaded. It's installed. I made the unfortunate decision of forgetting that the DLC was coming out on the 29th or whatever it was. And just playing all of Dark Souls 3. So it kind of burnt out a little on that format, but I'll get to it.
I mean, that's part of why I like Neo, though, is it's such it's a different enough format from those games. I actually tried jumping into as the Game Awards announcer pronounced it very aptly, Suck Hero, because that game sucks.
Whoa.
I just really don't like that game. I don't know why, but it is not clicking for me. But Neo just, I like that it's, hey, instanced areas. I can go back in and, whatever, grind as much as I want, or figure out a level for a few hours, get really frustrated and go, okay, I'm going to go back a level, grind a little bit in a level I know, and okay, I'm feeling a little better. I'm going to go take on that new challenge again and get further and beat it this time. I just really like the way Neo is laid out, and just especially the abilities, the way, hey, I love my brute. I love shooting out a frickin' giant snake that completely annihilates things, even though it's only level 14 and I'm fighting level 100 bosses. It's like, okay, this feels good. It's probably fighting for my game of the year still. It never gets old for me.
Well, that's good to have a game like that. Like last year for me, that was, I got DMC very early. I got Shadowbringers right after that, so I was doing pretty good. So I'm glad that you at least have these strong contenders early in the year.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing this year.
Because I keep going back to them. I keep playing, that's another thing I played a ton of this week is I got the last 2 endings I was missing for Sakura Wars, and I am somebody who has loved that series forever. I have played every single game in it and enjoyed every single game in it, and like I just love the way they're written and things like that. And like this time around, I got the Azami ending, and it made me really happy because it's the first time one of these games has like at no point felt creepy with the child character, which, you know, is a really nice change, because in the past it was either she was obsessed with you or, oh, this is really gross and pedophiliatic. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. And like this one, like, hey, every answer with her that you give is like, no, you treat her like a ninja. You treat her like an equal. You don't treat her like a little sister. Like, you lose points if you tell her to call you older brother. And it's like, wonderful. Like, I expected like years, like the entire game to end with, oh, Nissan, oh, the whole time. It's like, no, it's, you treat her like an equal. And it's like, it's the first time these games have like really handled the child character well, instead of being a bullet point for, hey, you might really like this game, but avoid this relationship path because of you, which is a nice change. And I could probably spend like 900 hours playing Koi Koi in that game because like I love Hanafuda. It's a great card game. And I played a bunch of it with like the clubhouse games and whatnot, and it's amazing to me that in Sakura Wars, even with the slow animations that they have, it feels like it goes faster than the version in clubhouse games, which is just a card flipping and slapping on the table, but it like takes so long between moves sometimes. It's like, why?
Yeah, that makes or breaks those games for me, if it takes the animations are too long.
Like, yeah, the animations and repeated dialogue in Sakura Wars can be annoying, but I can put that main theme on. I could listen to that song for 25 minutes as I try to beat somebody in cards. That game just feels so good. Like, who would have thought that a mediocre Dynasty Warriors is so much better than a mediocre frickin' strategy RPG?
Yeah.
It works so well, and it just feels good.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that game. That game's definitely going to be on my Game of the Year list, even if it wasn't like a world changer for me or anything. But I definitely was like, oh, cool. I'd never played any of the games in the series. I understand why people like it now.
I was honestly like really sad that I got sick right at the point where it would have been like, oh, I can talk about this game with Rose as she's playing. Ah, yay, I'm really excited. And then it's like, no, you're going to get sick.
Well, we're here now, and we can just say that it's good. It's
great.
It's a great game, yeah.
And like it's nice working in a place where there is more than one of us going, hey, I love this game. Yeah.
No, you're telling me like this. Yeah, that's always been one of my things, and I've been involved in the games journalism sphere for like 10 years now, probably. And just something that always struck me when I was a kid was like, nobody fucking talks about JRPGs. Why doesn't anyone talk about not even just JRPGs, just Japanese games? You know, right?
Like, they're too long. They're hard to understand or whatever.
And they're weird.
Oh, Japanese games. Oh, that's just Japan being Japan or whatever bullshit people always say.
So I've been glad that we have multiple people at the site who play all sorts of them.
Yeah, they just love that good shit.
We just play like all sorts of shit on the site. I think we just play everything except racing. Well, no, we even have people who play racing games. We just fucking... Yeah. What don't we play? I'm trying to think. Call of Duty? Is that it? I don't think any of us play Call of Duty.
Maybe not.
Maybe? Yeah, no.
I don't think anybody really checked in on like Warzone. Because that's
what
big
I was
thing
thinking
nowadays.
of, yeah.
I mean, I know people have talked about playing it, but nobody has a real like big passion for it. It feels like.
What about sports games? Like,
That's well, Niall plays some sometimes.
If you want to let me talk about hockey games for hours on end after they come out, that's about it.
Gotcha.
But
Spencer, do you want to talk about some Warframe? Because
sure.
I have this thing. So I love learning about things. Okay, this is one of my favorite things to do. I often go and look up YouTube guides to games I will never play, or have a vague interest in hearing, just so I can hear some sort of thing. It's a very weird thing, but I love it. Warframe is one of those games I did it with a few months ago, and I don't remember any of it, but I'd love to hear more about it.
So, I got into Warframe last year, like February of last year, and I actually got into it because of Alexandra Orlando. She's a content creator, she's YouTube, and mostly she does like video game fashion reviews, which is kind of cool.
I like that, yeah.
But she did this whole lore series about like understanding like the storyline and the backstory of like Warframe. And she did it with one other guy. I don't remember his name, but he had like been playing Warframe for a long time. And so it was just like the two of them like going through, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Cause I had the misconception from seeing my brother play Warframe like way back in its infancy and thinking it was some sort of like 4v4 like PvP game that was free to play.
You know, if you saw original Warframe, I could see that.
Yep.
But seeing Alexandra go through it and like seeing that, oh shit, it's more of like a corridor shooter where you do a bunch of cool flips and you upgrade your weird like mech body thing, and there's way more history to it. And I was like, okay, I can probably get into this. And so it's like free to play, so I was like, oh sure, I'll sign up and like we'll do it. And then that was basically all I played, because that was like in the dead Final Fantasy months of there's no content because Shadowbringers is going to be coming out later. So I was like, this is the perfect time to get into Warframe because there's nothing to do in my other big game. And it's really fun. And they had their annual TennoCon, their big convention, the other weekend. Of course, because of pandemic times, they canceled the actual like convention, the venue, and they just held it online, which I wrote an article about it on the site. You can check it out. But their original TennoCons were just like streamed events anyway. And they also do like bi-weekly or like every 2 weeks, they do like a developer stream to talk about like stuff that's happening, like what the team is working on. And I didn't mention this in the review, but the cool thing about the dev streams is that they actually do one of the things that a lot of video game companies don't like to do, where they will show you like under the hood of the video game. Like they don't have any like qualms about showing you like, all right, we're going to show you this new Warframe, but the animations aren't done yet, or like the rigging isn't done, or like the sound design isn't finalized. Which is nice, because normally people are like, oh, we can't show you anything until it's like perfectly fine and packaged so we can market it. Whereas Warframe, they're just like, here's some shit, and it's nice. But also for my birthday month, Warframe is getting a big content patch where there's basically 3 big enemy factions. There's the Grineer, which are like hyper-militarized like mutants, and then there's the Corpus, which are basically like space capitalists. And then there's the Infested, which are just like the Flood from Halo, kind of, basically. And the 2 other factions, the Grineer and the Corpus, have gotten big content updates where they get like an open world zone all to them. There's a storyline involving like their factions. But the Infested have always just been tacked on to all of the other stuff. And now, on the 25th of this month, they're getting their big, huge patch where the entire like second moon of Mars is just going to be like, this is the infested zone. And so it's like weird. Because like, you know how like Mars's moons are like really like small and not really like as big as our moon?
Mm-hmm.
They're taking that into account with like Deimos not having a day-night cycle on a moon is kind of weird when there's no atmosphere. So they just have giant worms show up, and one is like the sun worm and one is the moon worm. And so they show up to let you know like when it's daytime and nighttime. So they still have a day-night cycle like the other big zones, but it's just denoted through like weird worms that have like giant glowy parts at the end of them. So it's very like silly.
I love when there are weird worms in a game. Like Destiny.
Love worms. It's just a good word to say, you know.
Worm.
But I've taken like a break from Warframe this year because a lot of other games have come out, and I've decided like this year is the year that I'm gonna start like diving into the huge backlog of games that I have like acquired over the years but haven't really like played, or maybe I played them years ago and want to like a refresher. So I don't really have time to play like Warframe as much as I'd want to, but when this update hits, I'm definitely going to sink more time into it because Mars as a planet is like the last planet before like you're out of like the tutorial area of the game. And Deimos being like a moon on Mars, like you're basically going to be able to go to Deimos rather early on, and I want to see how that affects like early player progression, because they're combining a later game area, which is just this weird like corrupted spaceship out in nowhere. Each of the areas in Warframe has like a Warframe like that you can get from it by like farming the boss on that area. And the boss of the weird spaceship is one of my favorite, Necros. He's a Necromancer Warframe that's kind of skeletal-like. Big surprise that I like him. His first ability is just called Soul Punch, where he punches the soul out of somebody.
All right.
And then he's very popular as an early, like as a new beginner Warframe, because his ability is basically he pillages the corpses of anybody around, and you get double the drops from anybody. So like when you kill an enemy, they have a chance of dropping like X, Y, or Z. He basically gives you another roll at the loot gotcha, basically. So he's really good to get early on, but since that area is no longer going to be there and it's going to be combined into the Deimos, I think you're going to be able to get Necros a lot earlier now, which is going to really help newer players. So
that's good. I'm glad that more games are realizing they need to go backwards and fix things, because I feel like, or like in the right way. I mean, because like Final Fantasy's doing it, but like great example, WoW has never done that ever. When they went back to fix things, they kind of made everything worse. Cataclysm.
Ah, you mean when I was playing WoW?
Yeah. Sorry. But it was worse. Like, really making it worse for new people coming in, I guess, is my main point. Like,
sure.
Because those zones became indecipherable, and a lot of it relied on you knowing, like, what had existed there beforehand.
Right.
So it just, like, that game's only become more and more complex. It's only going to get worse with them squashing the level down to 50. In the new expansion. Because did you see, like, you can start anywhere, all the zones are the same level?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's an interesting idea. I just worry. But, I mean, they don't have a main story, so.
Yeah.
Probably be fine. WoW is a nightmare. And there's plenty of other games, too, where it's just like, I wonder how easy it is for a lot of people to, like, get into like how easy is it to really get into Destiny 2 right now, you know?
Yeah, especially since like it's like free to play now.
Yeah.
But I've heard that the file size of the game has gotten so bloated that they're having to like completely redo some early areas. So content that you had access to at Destiny 2's launch isn't going to be available anymore because they had to cut it or streamline it or fuse it into other parts so they could get the file size to not be like 30 billion terabytes or whatever.
Let me see how big Destiny 2 is on my computer. Let's see real quick. On the PlayStation 4, it is like 120 gigabytes.
Yeah, that's a lot. I tried to download PSO2 through Steam this week because it launched on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that it's like it wants like around 70 gigabytes. And I made that much room on my computer,
but you don't
to
want
download it. But then I thought, I don't actually want to have this. Like, I didn't want to make just enough space to put PSO2 on my computer and then have like no space left over.
Yeah.
So most of that, though, was just me compressing and zipping up some of the older folders from my like Final Fantasy screenshots. Because like I had a Heavensward folder and a Stormblood folder, and I was like, I don't really access these all that much. I can just like compress these. But some of them were like, oh, I should probably uninstall Fallout 4 because I'm not playing that anymore or whatever. But I don't want to just fill all that space back up with a big game that I might not even like. And also, there were just New Genesis is going to be coming out, which is going to be a weird sort of a Realm Reborn Phantasy Star Online too.
Yeah. New Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. That's just PSO3. They should have just called it PSO3.
That's what it feels like. I mean, it's like whole maps of like suddenly open world stuff, and
I feel like everyone's brains have been broken by branding.
Yeah.
And like it's impossible to make the next thing. Like the fact that they said they're going to make Overwatch 2 and call it that was mind-blowing to me.
Well, and the weird thing is, it's just a patch for Overwatch, kind of.
Right, yeah.
It's like that character is going to be in Overwatch. It's just you get the single-player stuff, I think, or whatever, with Overwatch 2, which is...
Yeah.
It's like
the PvE stuff.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing, because it's... I mean, it's still just Overwatch, but
yeah,
it's Overwatch 2. And this one, it's like, I don't know why we always have to compare it to things, because everyone's like, oh, it's like a Realm Reborn, except, no, it's like PSO...
It's
yeah,
just
like you said, it's PSO3.
Yeah. So I'm just taking one of Rose's girlfriend's advice and waiting until New Genesis comes out before dealing with PSO2.
Honestly, not the worst idea. I think the only thing that made me think, oh, I should still play, is I saw them suggest that you can import in your old clothes and stuff, like all of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, if they do the Fate collab, I'm grabbing all that shit and then hoarding it, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because I was working towards getting the Megamine stuff for the Konosuba event that was going on. But then I was like, you know, what if I just play a game that makes me happy instead? Not that PSO2 is like the worst game ever or anything, but it's definitely mind-numbing. And a lot, like, it's something you have to dedicate yourself to, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. I want to play Warframe with you. That's
Warframe is a lot easier to get into, I think. Because one, it's free, so you can just try it whenever you want, and you don't have to invest a lot into it. And the other thing is, this also ties back to Arknights in that, like, I feel like both Warframe and Arknights are pretty good as free-to-play games that have, like, premium elements, because a thing that's common in a lot of those games is you can play the game, but eventually you get to a point where you can't play the game anymore because like you run out of like an artificial energy resource, which does exist in Arknights, but they give you so much spare stuff when you're starting out that you don't really hit that point for like a month and a half, 2 months. Like I had like 900 plus like energy for a long time, and they give out like energy refills a lot.
Yeah.
But in Warframe, they don't have that at all. You can play as much Warframe as like you want, and the only thing that you're really gated from is like the actual progression of your account and your like navigation, like going through the star chart. So it's not restrictive in that sense. But both of them also have like things where you can build stuff, and then like you have to wait like a real world amount of time for that thing to be built. Like in Warframe, if you want to make a new Warframe, you need to farm the 3 parts from a boss. Then you need to build those parts, each part taking 12 real world hours. And then once those parts are done, you combine them into the Warframe, which takes 72 real world hours, which is a long amount of time. But so the efficient way to do it is, you farm the 3 parts, you build them all at the same time, and then you come back and then you build the Warframe. You can speed this up with Warframes like premium currency, but literally everybody that I've ever seen talk about it says like, don't ever do that. It's just not worth it. Like, and like in Arknights, like you can also speed stuff up in the base, but I've never felt like, oh, I need to do this. And I know there are people who definitely don't like, oh, I'm being told to wait by the game when, like, for an artificial reason just to get money out of me. And it's definitely like a problem but I feel like it's less exacerbated in Arknights and Warframe because you're not stopped from playing the rest of the game. You can just build that stuff and then continue playing the game normally.
Yeah. Are we all going to end up getting into Warframe?
So my problem, this is the real thing that's been preventing me. I'm going to tell you right now. I played Warframe for 90 hours or something in 2015 or something. 2016? I don't know. One of those years. So I have an account. It's tied to my Steam account and everything. Like, it's there. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. I don't know who any of these characters are. I don't know. I remember Vor.
Oh, yeah.
Because my girlfriend bought the bobblehead of him with platinum. Because she thought it was funny.
He's a very funny man.
I remember before I was playing it, I grinded to make a poison lady.
Yep.
And that's like the only frame I have.
And that's kind of good because she's like one of the last, like I was talking about how you farm frames from bosses. She's like right now, she is like she's on the last planet you have access to. So she's really far into the late game. And also she's just one of the best DPS frames in the game because she does so much fucking poison damage to everything in a room. And
I'd love to figure it out, but it's just like, it's like a wall to me, you know? It's like, because I'm in that weird nightmare land where it's like, I don't know what I've done. Like, straight up, I do not know what I have done. And it's very hard for me as in, like, on my own to look at my, like, quest logs and everything and figure out, like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I can definitely tell you it was a lot more straightforward from a new account perspective. Yeah. But if you have an older account, like they've definitely changed some stuff. And to be honest, like I think they've changed enough from then that you probably can just experience like any of the story elements just fine. Because for most of the game, there isn't like any story really. Yeah.
And then there's like the second dream or something.
Yeah, you get to that once you hit Neptune, I think. But yeah, that's when the story really starts to kick in. So you basically you go Earth, Venus, Mercury, then you go back to Earth, and then you go to Mars, and then Phobos, and then on the 25th you might be able to go to Deimos there as well, but then you go to like Ceres, and then Jupiter, and then Europa, and then you go down to Saturn, and then you go to Uranus, and then you go to Neptune. And for all of that, what I just said, there's like almost no story. There's some bosses who have some characters, but they're not super important to know. And a lot of the stuff like in the early Warframe is like you are doing shit and you do not know why you're doing shit. You don't know what's important. You just know that you are a cool like cyborg ninja thing and you're going through hallways and shooting people or slicing them up. So I will be glad to help both of you get into Warframe if you're interested in that at some point. I also know that Scott also wants to get back into it. But it's just one of those like weird, like they don't really start kicking into the story until you're, a good ways into the game. So for most of the first part, you're like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I'll give it a try at some point. Is there anything else we want to talk about before going to questions?
I just want to talk about one thing real quick.
Sure.
I'll once again try not to cry. I've spent pretty much the last week and a half since it launched just refreshing the Eiyuden Chronicle Kickstarter over and over and over, watching the number go up, and the more Suikoden it gets, I'm just like the happiest person in the world as Kickstarter goals show up that are just like, oh, hey, the first one was a cooking mini game, and I'm like, oh, just like Suikoden 2, I'm so happy. And then like, hey, here's a shark dude, and just like some of the character additions, and it's just like, oh yeah, we've got stretch goals because they can't say they're going to have 108 characters. They need to say they have 100 or Konami can sue them. But then they could be like, oh, we made it to 8 extra characters because of goals. I guess there are 108 now. But just like all the little extra things they've been adding through stretch goals, a top battle mini game. Yeah, it's gonna have frickin' Beyblade. I can't wait. Just
Tinpin Slammer.
All these extra things that are showing up that are just like, oh, this was a mini game in one of the Suikoden games, so we're just gonna add it. Just, it makes me so happy to just see, like, first of all, something I absolutely love. Not only is like made its funding goal in an hour, but is sitting there at like close to $3 million now, and it's just like there is a fan base for this thing, and it feels so good to see.
It's got to be very validating.
It just, like, I was watching that Kickstarter, and at one point I just tweeted, like, is this what Critical Role fans felt like? Because, like, that was the only Kickstarter I could remember where everyone that was a fan of that thing was just, like, in tears with joy. And that's, like, how I feel right now, except even better. Like,
that's how I felt with the Wonderful 101 stuff, because I've been like the only person who's like, hi everyone. And that like making its goal immediately also was like me being like, oh, holy shit.
And just like watching the number go up and the like more Suikodedness get added into it is just like it just feels good inside. Like it's so validating. I love it.
Well, I'm happy for you.
When are they going to add the city trial stretch goal?
I mean,
like
they
from
already
Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, we can go on to questions now. That I just really wanted to give that thing a shout out because it's fucking wild to look at, like, you know, like that much money and that much passion and the numbers still going up by, like, yeah, it's slowed down to a point where it's going up by like 100,000 every day, but that's still just like 100,000 a day of people caring about this thing that I love so much.
You're not alone in that.
Yeah,
love.
well, you know, they made like 7 of those games for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that reason is back, I guess.
That reason is back, and God, the Kickstarter videos are the most, like, fuck you Konami things ever, where it's just, first of all, it's super adorable. Like, the artist in a frickin' cat costume because she loves cats so much. Like, one of their entire parts of their sales pitch is just, there's a section dedicated to cats. Because there are cats everywhere. And hey, you want to have your face on a seaman fish? That's a stretch goal now, too. or that's a reward tier now, too. Okay. Exciting.
Hell yeah.
Well, hopefully they don't take too long with it. I hope it doesn't get any delays or anything, as the Kickstarters are wont to. And if they do, you know what? I mean, I hope it helps the game, and I hope it isn't like,
It will. Like, yeah. I mean, just seeing these guys where, hey, it's like, we want to own our own IP so Konami can't fucking destroy it.
All right, let's go into questions. You can ask a question at videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, and you will sound like these people. Anonymous asks, none of the FromSoft games or their numerous imitators have any, so I have to ask, are romance options in mainstream RPGs dead? I think until BioWare makes a new game, yes.
I don't know. Eiyuden Chronicle just hit its relationship sim.
Oh, really? Did it? Okay. Well.
Stretch goal, so,
Well, would you say it's mainstream? Would you say that's mainstream?
No. I mean, I'm looking at that money number. It's mainstream. If I can convince everyone to play Suikoden, you should play it. Please.
Well, then there you go. It's not dead. I'm trying to think of any other games recently that have had it, though.
I did, what's it called? The space capitalism RPG thing.
You know what? I think it did. So, yeah, you know what?
Like, I know you had the Ace Enby character that you, like, helped hook up, like, kind of hook up, but also not hook up because they're Ace. That was fun.
There aren't any. I just looked it up.
Yeah, I don't think there are actual relationships that you can get into in that game.
No.
But,
Maybe they've just realized that it sucks and they can't write it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, like, yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, any big game that has done it in a compelling way that's made me, that without me projecting a lot of effort into it, in Skyrim, you could make the argument, like, yeah, because these characters are nothing. Like, you can just create, like, reasoning and stuff like that, but that's not the game. That's
like the story you're telling in your head.
Yeah.
And that's like half the things of, like, my last playthrough of State of Decay 2, where it was like, no, these two are in a relationship, they are dating. It's all in my head. It's not actually a story in the game.
Yeah. I feel like more people should realize that it's okay for you to be creative.
Yeah.
But maybe wonder if there are better options for you out there.
You just have to ship that ship in your head.
Yeah. Any takes, Spencer?
I guess if I have anything to say about it, it's that I'd rather, like, developers play to their strengths, and if their strength isn't writing, like, compelling, romance options in their game, then they shouldn't put that in their game. On the other side, though, like, if a critical point of the game is building romantic relationships with people or a person, you should probably hire people who are better at that if your team is, not good at that. But as far as if there are none, like whether they're present, like, I mean, there's other genres you can play that have them.
Like what?
Doesn't it? I don't know. Like, surely there's like visual novels that have
There won't
like
be
romance
visual
options.
novels, yeah. But like, I think like Fire Emblem's like the only one I can really think of.
Yeah.
And even then, Fire Emblem most of the time hasn't been that good.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a couple of them are, but then sometimes it's just like, oh, wow, this is bad.
Yeah, and also Fire Emblem has recently had some issues with the romance aspect itself.
Yes.
Mostly
the Game Man.
gesturing to Fates.
Oh, yeah. See, I was
Yeah.
thinking of the Aloy stuff in Three Houses, where it's like, whatever, that he's gay, but he still has a wife and child, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of the Soleil stuff and Fire Emblem Fates.
And what about the family? That too.
Fates was just bad. I mean, you had kids and threw them into the baby zone.
Now you see, now you're selling me when you say that.
The
You're
baby
making it
zone?
sound good. Yeah, if you're saying you have kids and you throw them into the baby zone.
Yeah, you threw them into the baby zone
That
where
sounds
they
great. What do you
lived
mean?
18 years of life in 3 days or whatever.
3 days. It is like 3 days, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe it's good that we don't have as many like romance options in games that aren't like genres
Capable
that,
of doing it. Well, yeah.
either genres or like teams that aren't like capable of like writing those out really well, because like because when they're done bad, they're just really bad.
They are really bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition, I wasn't good. I didn't feel like very deep about the choices that I made.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question. Which game consoles would be rarities in a video game console gacha game? I'm turning on Anonymous because I've accidentally created a Neptunia ask. See, this is a great question because we would have to evaluate what the rarity means, right? Like, does rarity mean popularity or does rarity mean rarity, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Holy shit, that SSR 3DO, baby.
Yeah, like, would it be the 3DO is the SSR, or would it be the PS2 is?
I think it should be like, I think it should be based on popularity.
All right.
Just because, like, if, like, for example, if, like, the best ranking gacha thing is, like, the ColecoVision, then, you know...
Yeah, we fucked up somewhere.
It's going to be fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm assuming this is a gacha game where we are not turning the consoles into, like, hot anime women. We're just getting the consoles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start. Okay, so SSRs, let's start there. 5 stars. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking PS2,
Super Nintendo.
Wii. Would it be Wii?
No.
I think so, right? Well, it's like the most best-selling console ever, right? Other than the PS2.
Yeah, I think it would. I think it'd be the Wii.
Well, if we're going with the most, didn't the 2DS end up selling more in its lifetime?
Then the Wii? I don't think so.
The 2DS
the Wii was
did.
like 250 million.
I keep calling it the 2DS, but I just
The
mean
third-
the regular ass DS.
Oh, the regular DS. It definitely sold a lot, but I don't think it sold better than the Wii.
I mean, your Atari 2600 is probably going to be a 5-star.
Really? You think so?
Just because of its importance to history.
Well, yeah, it's like the evil class. It's like darkness.
How about this? How about everything from the Atari 2600 up is a 5-star? So that would include like the Sega Genesis.
So when
the
you're
Super
starting out,
Nintendo.
you're stuck playing around with the ColecoVision and a television. Like,
Yeah.
you have to use the fucking PCI or PC Engine. I mean,
Yeah.
oh no.
I've got my 3-star Vectrix.
What do you mean? I have my 1-star Dendy, my 1-star Tiger Electronics.
I've got my Neo Geo Pocket 2-star, but the 3-star for a Neo Geo Pocket Color.
My Magnavox Odyssey.
Okay, so it goes. Okay, how about this then? So like PS2. Okay, the 5 stars are PS2, the Wii, the Xbox 360, and the Nintendo DS, and then like the Game Boy.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Those are the 5-star in each of the. I mean, first of all, you've got to decide your classes, though. Like, you know, so you've got your console, your portable, your Sony.
Yeah, they have like
Your
they have like
Microsoft.
factions. Yeah.
And your
Neutral, right?
neutral.
And they're good
division.
against everything, and weak
And-
against everything.
Yes.
So you've got your 5 different classes, and then each one. So your 5 stars are probably your Atari 2600, your DS,
PS2,
Your
Xbox
PS2
360.
PS2, 360, and Wii.
All right.
And then
That sounds
4
good.
stars is when you start getting into your SNES, your Genesis, your
PSP.
So-
yeah.
Do you think the PS3 would be there, or do you think it would be like? Do you think they would give it out for free? That's what I think.
PS3
I
would
think it would
probably
be
be your starting, like one of your starting classes.
Yeah, like the
would
free
probably be
4-star
like-
they give you. Yeah.
Yes.
would probably be like your PS. You get to choose between the Xbox One,
The PS3 or the Wii.
Xbox One, PS3, Wii U, and
No, Game Boy. Game Boy. They would want it.
yeah.
Game Boy Advance. How about that?
Yeah, Game Boy, or and then your other 2 were like your Dreamcast and your ColecoVision.
Yeah. I think that sufficiently answers the question.
Yeah. I think we nailed
we
it.
could just sit here and just design a whole like, video game console gotcha. But
Oh God. It
Quick,
is a
let's go get the
Neptunia.
licensing rights from all these companies.
I just have to call up the Neptunian people. They basically just do that anyway.
yeah, but then they're gonna make them into like.
You're right. We don't
anime
want them to
women.
be women. You're right. You're right.
I mean, I'm fine if they're just like. I'm fine if they're like robots or something. Just like.
Oh yeah,
I'm
like
even
the
fine if they're,
Control
like,
Delete robot.
women. No.
What if we did that, but turned them into horny anime boys?
All right.
So really
Wait.
just turn the genre on its head.
Like Token Rambo, but
Yeah.
there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about.
Okay, next question.
All right, 2 more questions. CenturyPunk asks, would E3 this year have been as bad and disappointing as all these individual company press streams? Did COVID make it worse, or is this just bad build-up to a new console? I think it's bad build-up to a new console.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think the companies are just, like, trying to be the last one to say anything substantial. Like, they're trying to bait out, like, oh, Sony's going to say this so that we can say this is better or whatever. So they're just not saying anything, really.
Yeah, I think, and not only that, I think this generation doesn't need to exist. Like, I feel like there's been a reason for the console jump every time. Like, you know, we jumped from Xbox, PS2, etc. to PS3 and stuff like that because, you know, HD stuff was coming out, internet was becoming a bigger deal. And then, like, the next generation was like furthering that, like, all right, make HD the standard, make this digital stuff like super, super easy to do, like really easy since, you know, the PS3 still wasn't built for internet.
Yeah.
So like that was just nailing all that together. Like, what is the point of the new one?
Like, and even then, with the, half-step consoles that we've already got, the Xbox One X, the PS4 Pro, you could have just been like, hey, it's the next iteration of that same thing. Because it doesn't feel like this is, like, this big, huge leap. It just feels like, oh, the PS5 is a little sleeker, weird-looking, and the Xbox thing is just a big giant
PC.
brick.
Like, yeah.
It's just a fucking Steam box, but with Microsoft. So it's an Xbox.
I feel like the situation might have made things a little worse in terms of the presentation of it all, because it might not have seemed so sucky, I guess, if it was all at once, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, because if it was all at once, you have the high highs, like, all together. The 2 high highs, I think there may have been, or whatever, out of all of these press conferences.
Yeah.
And, like, at least people would be talking about that stuff over this. Like, whereas, like, I still feel it wouldn't have been particularly good. I really do just think this console generation is...
I mean, it would have been another weird set of press conferences that we would have seen at E3, the same thing we see every year, where it's just a whole lot of people screaming in the crowd because somebody said Battletoads or whatever, or... Like, that's... I mean, kind of the energy that makes the press conferences things feel more important, even though they are literally just what we've seen, pretty much. Like, we're seeing a little more gameplay and a little less information on stuff than usual, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. It feels very whatever without the... I don't know, the hype you feel around that week, or the hype you feel around making fun of the hype around that week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this whole news cycle, because of the virus and everything, I think this news cycle is hell because of that.
Yeah.
It really is just hell.
It kind of sucks not having what's Todd Howard going to come out on stage to lie about this year as a question. Like, I always kind of enjoyed that. Oh, here's Kid Rock for some reason, or whoever.
Andrew WK, inexplicably.
Yeah.
The crowd does not deserve whatever's happening there.
God. That was so much fun to watch.
It
Andrew WK just rocking out, and the crowd like, oh.
Nothing. Yeah, like they were like, what? Ugh. Gamers.
On the other hand, though, I don't even get a reprieve from, like, the we believe games are more than just video games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like we get it every week instead of all at once, right? Like, it's hell.
Yeah.
Like,
it sucks.
It's nonstop. Like,
oh,
every
God,
week
that first, 2 weeks when we were watching a different thing every fucking day, and then eventually we were just like, yeah, we don't care anymore. I mean, did anyone
we
even
were just like, fuck it.
Like, half these things recently, I just haven't even bothered to watch, because it's just like, 2 weeks ago being on the podcast talking about the Xbox 360 one, and it was like, so what did you have to say about any of those things? And I'm like, I didn't watch it. I looked at the trailer for State of Decay 3. There was a deer. It was cool. But, like... I can't bring myself to care about any of this, so it's...
Yeah, it's not compelling. I don't... the thing is, the Ubisoft one especially was so bad because of, all, the stuff with Ubisoft that's come up recently.
And the tone.
Everything. The tone
and,
is,
that's another
despicable.
Thing. That's another thing we missed in news, is, one of their VPs just also got shit canned for being a slime ball, and it's like... It's just, it's good there's a house cleaning going on, but also, it's hard to care about the news when everything feels like, half your games are like, oh, hey, yeah, the cops are evil. And it's like, I know, I live in Portland. I go to bed smelling tear gas at night. Fuck off.
Yeah. When I was writing the article for the Ubisoft one, the stuff with, the guy getting shit canned, was happening, in real time at the point. Yeah. So
And it's just such a weird feeling, all these press conferences and the way the tone, all these trailers are cut together. It doesn't even matter if it's Ubisoft feeling tone deaf. It's just like, with everything going on in the world, the tone of everything just doesn't work at all. Maybe it's having more time to think about things that a lot of people have, but it's weird how much I don't care.
They got to stop pretending they're in a vacuum and nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they all stop soon.
Yeah.
I'm really wondering what's going to happen with this console generation, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, last question is from Shoeless, who asks, one of my first video game purchases on my own was The Incredibles on the GameCube. Oh. Which I was very excited for. I'm sorry, since I really liked the movie. The game was unfortunately a terrible experience and a horrible purchase on my part. I'm so sorry. What is a time where you purchase something expecting it to be good but end up terrible? Alternatively, what's a game you really wanted as a kid that ended up being bad? So I can come out right away and say mine. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Really?
It's not a good game. So I want you to consider, Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the best games ever made. Fantastic game. Full of, like, just, you can raise chows. At this point, I just expected every Sonic game would let me raise chows, right? I was just like,
right.
Yeah, the new ones coming out, they'll let me raise chow. No chow raising. No, none of the, like, great music. Okay, so there was one great music in there. Two. Okay, because I forgot All Hail Shadow is... No, All Hail Shadow isn't from that. Okay, one good song. But then you have to deal with Charm Me the V, all these nightmare stages, really bad third-person shooting. Like, it was just... I was like, I spent $50 I made off of a lemonade stand on this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remembered liking Shadow the Hedgehog at the time, but that was definitely like the last Sonic game that I ever like played, because at that point I was just done. So maybe there was a subconscious part of me that was like, there's no chow raising, it's not Sonic Adventure 2, I'm done.
What is wrong with them? Why did they stop?
Because they don't understand what joy is.
Yeah.
Chris, you got one?
I do, and this is pretty easy. I love Dynasty Warriors games. I've never, we all know this. I've established it many times. And Berserk and the Band of the Hawk is like, holy shit, Berserk, that's a perfect franchise for a Dynasty Warriors game. That game sucks every kind of ass. That is legitimately one of my least favorite games of all time. A game that should be perfect for this format. I mean, you're a dude with a big-ass sword who eventually gets his hand replaced with a fucking gun.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you fuck that up that bad and make what is the worst one of any of those games with a franchise that is so perfect for it? Oh, it makes me mad. It makes me so mad just thinking about it, because I was so excited when I downloaded it. I was like, hell yes. And I played through that whole thing. I wish I hadn't. It's one of my least favorite games of all time.
Wow.
It's not a good game.
No, it's... God, fuck, it's terrible.
It's kind of impressive that they fucked it up that bad, because I feel like Dynasty Warriors is a pretty... Because, I mean, like, they did it with Hyrule Warriors, and I thought that game was fine.
Yeah. I mean, they did it with,
So-
the Fire Emblem Warriors. Not that great, but that wasn't good, but it wasn't like actively terrible.
Yeah.
Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, actively terrible.
So I'm going to rewind the clock to 6 years ago for my answer. And I am a big Assassin's Creed fan. And the new console generation, the PS4 and the Xbox One, are coming out. By this point, I had already had a Wii U, but I was like deciding, and then From Software said, oh, we're going to have like Bloodborne and it's going to be PS4 exclusive. And I was like, I guess I'm getting a PS4 then. But that wasn't coming out until the next year in like March, and I needed a game to play to hold me over until that point. Fortunately for me, they were coming out with a new Assassin's Creed game, 2 in fact, in the same year, one for the old generation and one for the new one. I got the old one because it was Assassin's Creed Rogue, and I like rogues, so it seemed kind of neat. I actually didn't play that. I actually ended up not playing that until earlier this year, and it's fine. Like, if you like Black Flag, that one's fine. You're gonna say something, Rose?
No, I also like Rogue.
No, that was me chiming in. Just like, Rogue was, a pretty okay Black Flag.
Yeah. I liked it more than Black Flag.
Yeah, I kind of liked it a bit more than Black Flag too, but that's mostly because it's a bit more concise in its design.
It feels like it was more like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood stuff, which that's my favorite one. So,
but the game that is my answer to this question is the other game they released, Unity, which everybody probably already knows at this point how bad Unity's launch was. But for me, it had the extra poison of, that was when I was most buying into like pre-order culture of like, you can get rewards and you get different things based on where you pre-order it from.
Oh no.
And to have that whole concept, and then me realizing mid of like just like a week before the game launched, like, oh, I have been swindled. I have been taken for a ride. And then the game ends up being really buggy, and the whole time I had convinced myself, oh, surely they're going to let like the major female character be playable at one point. Like, maybe she's not like a deuteragonist, but at least she'll be playable in a few things. And then they come out with the women are too hard to program how to play for the multiplayer.
Oh, what fun.
And that whole shit show.
Which was the weirdest thing, because like the multiplayer in the previous games, you had women.
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole men, women, all playable, all jumped across rooftops the same. I loved that multiplayer too.
I did too.
Yep. And I didn't finish Unity. I got like probably a third of the way through the game, and I stopped playing it because eventually I was just like so burned by how much that stung that, one, I had been like bamboozled and taken for a ride for my money, and then two, also like the game is just really buggy as hell, and then three, oh, they just decided to go like full misogynist about this. And then from that point on, I've never played another Assassin's Creed game since. This year I recently went back and did all the older ones, so I played like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, all that stuff, and finished and ended with Rogue. So I still have yet to play like the 4 most recent ones, Unity, Syndicate, Origins, and Odyssey. I might be doing that later this year, but I am not looking forward to it as much, even though, like, because Unity was the part where they were more focusing on, like, more fluid stealth, which was way more my thing. Like, the fluid animations for, like, climbing and moving through a crowd, rather than it being a very, like, rigid thing in the other games. But part of me is just like, if I wanted to play a good stealth game, I'll just go back and replay Dishonored.
Yeah, honestly. You didn't get to Origins? Okay.
I've heard really good things about Origins from you and from my roommate and from a lot of people. So that's the one I'm most looking forward to. I'm not really looking forward to playing like Syndicate.
I liked Syndicate a lot. I felt like Syndicate fixed all the problems Unity had. I hated Unity. I tried, I did a replay of, that whole series a couple of years ago, and Unity was the only one that I just stopped. The way Syndicate just, it's like we finally figured out all our systems and how they go together, and they finally nailed it for me. All the mini games and stuff were fun and things like that. I feel that one is worth revisiting if you do. But yeah, Origins is incredible, but Unity was good. It's worth playing if you liked those older games.
Yeah. I keep meaning to play Syndicate because I bought it with my PlayStation. However, the disc was broken and I kept forgetting to return it. So,
no.
What it would do is, this was in the early days of the PlayStation 4, right? So it has that pseudo install thing, but it's not integrated fully. You know how they have the data to start or whatever thing now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Back then they did not. It was just all in the disc. They would do it. So it says that it had installed Syndicate, and then you go in and you're playing through the prologue, and it doesn't surface that it's secretly installing in the background or anything. But what would happen is it would just get stuck at 46% and nothing. Just nothing. But I wouldn't know until I played the 2-hour prologue.
Oh no.
And I forgot that happened, so 4 years later, or whatever, it just happened again. It was But I want to play it. I think I got it on the Epic game when it was free, so maybe I should give it a try.
It's worth it. I really liked the dynamic between the two a lot more than I liked it in Odyssey, where it actually feels like a game where two protagonists actually matter, because one of them just fucks everything up and the other has to clean it up, and it worked really well. But it's probably actually my favorite Assassin's Creed game before they went weird, big, giant, super giant open world, suddenly RPG.
All right, that's enough Assassin's Creed. You know what? I think that's the podcast. Yeah. I think that's everything. Thanks for everyone who listened. Thank you both for joining me, and I'll do my little this. I hope to God I get all of this right, okay? Because I have to tell you, every time John does it on the podcast, I zone out every single time. So I'm going to hopefully do all of this right, okay? So, if you like our work, you can go to patreon.com/VGCC. $3 a month gets you early access to our anime podcast and Starlight Car and any of our videos. Times are tough right now, so don't worry too much. But if you want to, give us a tip, as it were, it's there. We also have our theme song is Crush by Melt Channel off the album Magic is Real, which you can find on Bandcamp at meltchannel.bandcamp.com. They also have a second project, Magic Circuit. You can find them on Twitter pretty easy. It's just magic_circuit. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, you can read the website and
you can read
visit
the website,
the Discord.
Yeah. The Discord, the gamezone.zone. If you two have anything you want to plug also, by all means.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Judgment Scythe, and over the next week I'm helping my girlfriend's brother run a charity stream playing Smash Brothers for 6 hours a day for sexual abuse survivors. But yeah, we're running a charity stream at twitch.tv/Aztec, like technology, magic, that you can come by, visit, and have some fun.
Nice. You can find me on Twitter at Solaire, like the Dark Souls character, Hazard, all one word. It's going to be my birthday on the 13th, so if you want to wish me a happy birthday, I'd appreciate it. But more importantly than that, though, please be safe. Please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And that's really all I have to say.
All right. Well, that's good. That's a good message to send out there right now.
Yep.
My other thing that I'm going to plug is I am currently VTubing, as it were, over at twitch.tv/horngal. I've only streamed a few times now, but had fun. I was playing a Zelda ROM hack of Ocarina of Time, where they basically just made their own little mini game in it. And it's like fine, but there's this really funny part where Saria just comes out of your sword. And they had her be stuck to your sword. And it was really funny.
I love your VTubers so much.
Oh, thank you.
Such a good avatar, and you animated her so well.
Oh, that was done all by a friend of the site, Harlequin Wheels.
Yeah. They did. God, that piece of art is so good, and just the way it, animates with your Mountain Dew, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you. All right, then if you want to check that out, check out all these things, really, and do wish Skull a happy birthday, Spencer. Rather, you can wish Skull a happy birthday too. I guess you can go with either name, I guess. But
yeah.
All right, thank you all for joining me, and I hope everyone out there has a wonderful night. Thanks for listening.